I just wanna be alone. It's been a long damn day. I can feel it in my soul. So tonight I'll take the long way home. Leave the light on, I'll take the long way home.
Let me take y'all back when I first met rap, and the boombox slapped in the kitchen. First record I had, I scribbled that pad, I put it on wax and I lit it. From the open mics to the lunch lines to the B-sides, when it's crunch time, let the beat ride and I'll brunch rhymes. These cold cuts, I bovine. Whoever sees this and subscribes right now, get free motivation. Just do it. What's going on, YouTube? It's Noxhill, and we're back with our reaction series. So today, man, listen, we are getting spoiled this week with brand new music. Yes, I am well aware Jack Harlow has a brand new album out. You know what? We're gonna peep it right now in his song with none other than Drizzy Drake. I'm talking about Churchill Downs. But before I get any further, I'm gonna give a quick shout out to the song in the intro. Listen, if you guys like that. Yes, I'm a rapper myself. There's a good chance to like my breakdowns, whether I think about music. You'll probably like my music as well. I have a new album, Blacklist, charted on iTunes for the first time. I'm very proud of it. A lot of love, soul, and hip-hop put into it. If you guys want to support me and support the channel directly, I'll put the links to that below. Also, shout out to the Patreon and Patreon family. Exclusive reactions and content on there. Again, if you want to support, all links down there. But anyways, we know what we're here for. Jack Harlow, Drake, step up to the plate. Let's see what you got.
Sometimes when I sit back and really let it register, I did everything I said I would and said it first.
Alright, let's try one more time. Coming through in 3, 2, 1.
Sometimes when I sit back and really let it register, I did everything I said I would and said it first. I mean, the world's in denial, but they all know what I'm headed for. We about to feed these youngins to the metaverse. Meanwhile, I'm over here just trying to pen a verse, cause I'm done.
Said it first, metaverse. We talked about this before. Jack Harlow has this 3-syllable end rhyme flow that he loves to just punch into different pockets. Like sometimes he'll hit those 3 syllables right on the percussive hits in some of those drum tracks. Other times he'll dot it in between. So as always, he never lets me down coming through with that 3-syllable scheme. And what is that sample, man? I want to know who that female is and what she is singing in the back. If somebody can comment below. But I love when you take a vocal sample and you integrate that into the beat and it sounds like a natural part of the production. And I think there was even like some sound folio, like we had the mic on. It sounded like Jack was like moving in his chair or something. And you just, you know what I mean? Like when you like sit back in a chair and it's a leather chair and you just have like that crumply sound. Like it was just, I don't know. There was some weird folio here.
Sometimes when I sit,
hang on, I'm gonna bring it back. I want us to all appreciate this. I'm not going crazy, I swear. Right there. What was that? That was like a creaking sound or something. I don't know. I just farted on the track. It's cool.
Sometimes when I sit back and really let it register, I did everything I said I would and said it first. I mean, the world's in denial, but they all know what I'm headed for. We about to feed these youngins to the metaverse. Meanwhile, I'm over here just trying to pen a verse.
I mean, feed them to the metaverse. Obviously, we know Facebook, the meta, he's feeding them to a different dimension. And then they're in denial and know what I'm heading for. I wonder if he's playing off of the Nile River as well. Could be a part of that hidden scheme.
We about to feed these youngins to the metaverse. Meanwhile, I'm over here just trying to pen a verse. Cause I'm done being extra with the extroverts. The label used to wonder how I'm supposed to stand next to Vert. Probably never thought that I would get these legs to work. I work hard, but hard.
Oh, we get some mentions of his little beef and back and forth with Uzi Vert, man. And listen, at the time, he was signed to the same label as Uzi. And as he says, you know, wondering how he's going to stand next to him. But I think Jack has popped off since What's Poppin', and he's definitely learned how to stand on his own too. And I like the wordplay. He's got like very casual bars and casual schemes that creep up on you, but he's got nice word flips too when he plays off of being extra, you know, being over the top extra with the extroverts, because Jack Harlow himself is very extroverted. He loves being out in public. He loves being under the social eye. He likes his women. Extra with the extroverts, smooth, man.
Supposed to stand next to Vert. Probably never thought that I would get these legs to work. I work hard, but hard shit don't need no extra work. That's why I show up in a sweatshirt and let it burn. The world's mine. I just
work hard, but hard don't need no extra work. Hang on.
Shit don't need no extra work. That's why I show up.
I like that. See again, work hard, but then extra work.
He's playing off the extra scheme. He latches on to scheme sometimes. He's got just great flips on him.
Thought that I would get these legs to work. I work hard, but hard shit don't need no extra work. That's why I show up in a sweatshirt and let it burn. The world's mine, I just say fuck it, let it turn. The girl's mine, I just say fuck it, have it turn. The goats call me to the side like, can we have a word? I could've fronted, but I did this shit how I preferred. I know I should be humble, but it's something
I like that line. He's just got these great one-liners. You know, I could have fronted, but I did the shit how I preferred. I did it my way. Nice way to put it.
Shit how I preferred. I know I should be humble, but it's something I just haven't learned. Soon enough, I had to make these bad habits burn. Soon enough, we about to come and get the shit we earn. You're not a fan now, but I remember when you used to be fanned out. I guess it's when the whole world loves you, people only got one way to stand out. All that time in the kitchen finally panned out. I put some flavor in the pot and took the bland out. I know my grandpa would have
all that time in the kitchen finally panned out. All that time in the booth cooking up, man. He finally brought a little bit of seasoning to it, and this is the end product that you get.
Finally panned out. I put some flavor in the pot and took the bland out. I know my grandpa would have a heart attack if I pulled 100 grand out. So I'm not gonna pull 100 grand out. I'm hip hop, do you fully?
So I'm not gonna pull 100 grand out. He's not going to do it, but actually he is doing it because he's playing off of knot, K-N-O-T, a knot of money, 100 grand. That's a nice little flip right there. And that's why he emphasized on that delivery. I'm not gonna pull 100 grand out. But again, normally he's so smoother with a flow, so you know when he's punching, he's getting more emphatic on something. He's trying to make a punchline happen there.
100 grand out, so I'm not gonna pull 100 grand out. I'm hip hop, do you fully understand? Fully automatic with the jams and it don't jam. At the shows I'm about to start.
That's a good line. Fully automatic with the jams, these hits that he's making, but also like an automatic gun that may jam sometimes with what's in the magazine, except he's not jamming on this. Come on.
Understand? Fully automatic with the jams and it don't jam. At the shows I'm about to start handing out programs, cause y'all need to get with the program. I'm a grown ass man, call me Pops, fuck around and take your phone ass man. Everybody know Jack, but they don't know Jack, man. They just know I got the flows and the hoes and
Alright, he's got a couple really good punchlines on this. Everybody know Jack, but they don't know Jack, man. Saying that someone doesn't know Jack, like you don't know Jack shit. And he's playing off of Jack shit, but he plays off of his name. Like they don't really know me, even though I'm in the fame, in the spotlight now. They still don't know really what I'm about and what I stand for. They don't know me like that. And then also playing off of get with the program. He should be handing out programs. You know the saying, like get with it. You need to get with it. Jack is here to stay. He's not going anywhere. A lot of people said he'd be a one-hit wonder. What's popping? One and done. Man's still dropping albums and he's doing records with Drake now. I mean, come on.
Get with the program. I'm a grown ass man, call me Pops, fuck around and take your phone ass man. Everybody know Jack, but they don't know Jack, man. They just know I got the flows and the hoes and the packed out shows. Ain't too many cons when you playing with the pros, except for how your life get exposed.
Ain't too many cons when you're playing with the pros. He's with the pros now, but also playing off of the saying pros and cons.
Packed out shows. Ain't too many cons when you playing with the pros, except for how your life get exposed. But I make that sacrifice for
except how your life get exposed. Ah, that plays off of con. Con has a further meaning there, like when you con someone, being a con artist, so con artists get exposed, except he's not conning anyone, he's just being himself here.
Many cons when you playing with the pros, except for how your life get exposed, but I make that sacrifice for the life that I chose. I know in Toronto they got salt for the roads, but school's closed in Kentucky, so I liked when it snowed. The kids carry chopsticks.
In Toronto, they got salt for the roads because it snows a lot, so they're used to it. In Kentucky, shit, you get like an inch of snow, everything is shut down. That's it for the day.
They got salt for the roads, but school's closed in Kentucky, so I liked when it snowed. The kids carry chopsticks, not for rice in a bowl. School counselors all know how they like
carry chopsticks, not for rice in the bowl. Chopsticks to rice, but also chopsticks is in carrying sticks with them, ammunition.
Like when it snowed, the kids carry chopsticks, not for rice in a bowl. School counselors all know how they life is at home. Cold like the Minnesota Vikings at home. Before I met
life is at home, Vikings at home. Yeah, that's a nice, smooth, multi-syllable scheme. And see, he's just got this way, like delivers the line, lets him marinate. Jumps right back into his flow. Like it takes nothing. There's no like in-betweens. He loves to just let these smooth lines kind of marinate, man. And it's that laid-back swagger delivery of it too. But cold Minnesota Vikings, obviously it's cold up there when they play because they play outdoors now, don't they? They don't play indoors anymore. They're outdoors. Or are they? Is there new? I can't remember now. I need to check up on that. But there was a time they were building their new stadium and they're playing outside, and that shit was cold.
I know how they life is at home. cold like the Minnesota Vikings at home. Before I met Drizzy, I knew he and I would get along. But it's hard to crack jokes when you really want advice. I mean, what's it like to touch gold every time you touch a mic, touching heights? No one gets a touch in life. Fucking right, young bachelor.
That's right, man. I mean, you meet a star, an idol, and I love how he puts us right there in that situation because, you know, on one hand, you want to, like, get along with them, you want to crack jokes, but at the same time, like, you have an opportunity to learn from one of the GOATs, one of the greats who's just dropped so many hits. I mean, you have to appreciate how long Drizzy has been in the limelight and the talent level that it does take to constantly create catchy songs that constantly get played, that get stuck in people's heads. You know, there is no fall off, there is no cliff edge for Drizzy still.
Every time you touch a mic, touching heights, no one gets a touch in life. Fucking right, young bachelor. What's a wife? Once in a lifetime, till I say I want it twice. One of a kind, know your everything is one of mine. Wanted posters with my face, they know who I'm wanted by.
Okay, Jack. Okay, Jack. Okay. That was one of his better verses that I've heard from him. That was smooth and measured, man. Love the confidence behind that. Good punchlines, good bars on that.
Yeah.
Shit, if the whole album's like this, I'm here for it.
Cold hearts and heated floors, no parental guidance, I just see divorce. Therapy sessions, I'm in the waiting room reading.
He said cold hearts and heated floors, right? Cold hearts, playing on cold and heat, but also cold hearts, like what he's been through, having a cold heart. But now all of a sudden he's living a life more of luxury, where he has luxurious things like heated floors. Come on.
Yeah.
You could also take it as being cold because they didn't have any money for the heating.
Cold hearts and heated floors, no parental guidance, I just see divorce. Therapy sessions, I'm in the waiting room reading Forbes.
Parental guidance, see divorce. Because he's been through divorce and he's talked about it often in his music, and now the shit still fucks him up mentally. He's in a therapy session reading Forbes. I love the way, kind of like Jack comes in, you know, see reading Forbes, see divorce. Man, I can count these lyrics today, I swear, but you know what I'm saying? The 3-syllable rhyme scheme is what he's coming in smooth with.
Yeah. Cold hearts and heated floors, no parental guidance, I just see divorce. Therapy sessions, I'm in the waiting room reading Forbes. Abandonment issues, I'm getting treated for. How much water can I fit under the bridge before?
Man, I mean, still to this day, he's just capable of pulling out those one-liners, man. And no one shows the vulnerability like Drake does in terms of what he's going through and how divorce has messed him up.
Parental guidance, I just see divorce. Therapy sessions, I'm in the waiting room reading Forbes. Abandonment issues, I'm getting treated for. How much water can I fit under the bridge before it overflows? My son's gotta learn that forgiveness is
how much water can I fit under the bridge? You know the saying, water under the bridge? Like, he keeps getting told, put these things under the bridge, put this beef, put these histories, put this drama under the bridge. But how much water can you keep putting down before it starts to fill up and become too much, and then you snap eventually? Man, another great line.
How much water can I fit under the bridge before it overflows? My son's gotta learn that forgiveness is a lonely road. The crib's on his wheel like motorhomes. Niggas love to try and test us like
forgiveness is a lonely road? All right, Drake the philosopher in here now. I mean, it's so true, though. It's so easy to want to clap back. It's much, much harder. A lot more lonely of a road to forgive, because that's not the easy road. That's a difficult path to find forgiveness in your heart. And then what was it? Crib with Will. Will playing on wheel. So he's left his crib to his son in his will, W-I-L-L, but also crib on wheels, like a motor home, which is literally a house on wheels, how it moves. That's nice.
How much water can I fit under the bridge before it overflows? My son's gotta learn that forgiveness is a lonely road. The crib's on his wheel like motorhomes. Niggas love to try and test us like they know what we on. Chubb's got the magazine.
Now, I don't know how old his son is either, but his son might still be in a crib, so that could go even further and just be a crazy triple.
His wheel like motorhomes. Niggas love to try and test us like they know what we on. Chubb's got the magazine cover like Rolling Stone, cause we already know how they rock, they throwing stones. Whenever you getting bigger, there's growing pain.
Chubb's got the magazine cover like Rolling Stone, like the Rolling Stone magazine. Drake has been on the cover before, right? So magazine cover literally, but also Chubb's, I think that's his head of security, isn't it? So Chubb's magazine, right? The magazine clip. So he's got like Drake covered literally through that, playing off of that. And then Rolling Stone goes further because the band Rolling Stone, the rock band, right? Throwing rocks, and then plays off of the rock scheme into throwing stones, right? casting stones at someone, throwing. Come on.
Niggas love to try and test us like they know what we on. Chubbs got the magazine cover like Rolling Stone, cause we already know how they rock, they throwing stones.
We already know how they rock. We know how they ride. We know what type of vibe they're into, but also literally playing off of the genre of rock music. And then the triple is literal rocks, which relate to the Stones and the idiom of throwing stones on someone and casting dirt on their name.
But you getting bigger, there's growing pains. I got
Drake is on a different level on this one. This is the Drizzy that I love, man.
We already know how they rock, they throwing stones. Whenever you getting bigger, there's growing pains. I got enough pull to make the city start throwing games. I'm out here making a mockery. I got my realtor out.
You gonna get the Raptors to start throwing games, Drizzy? I mean, that's when you know you're at a different level. When you can make a whole NBA team. You know what? I'm gonna win this bet today. Throw this game.
Make the city start throwing games. I'm out here making a mockery. I got my realtor out here playing Monopoly. How can I address you when you don't own property? They only finesse you when you don't move properly.
Oh, Drake, man. How can they address you when you don't own property? Because if you don't have property, you don't have an address. Someone can send something to you, but also like addressing someone. How am I supposed to speak to them when they can't see me on this level? And I got my realtor out here like it's fucking Monopoly. Do not pass go because you will not get 200 from Drake because he literally owns the entire board. Come on.
Yeah, making a mockery. I got my realtor out here playing Monopoly.
Stupid.
How can I address you when you don't own property? They only finesse you when you don't move properly. Destined for the win, but you don't get a prize out of me. I'm destined for the top, but you can't get a rise out of me. 750 for the round.
Destined for the top, but you can't get a rise because you're rising to the top. But if you can't get a rise out of someone, you can't get a reaction, you can't get emotion from them. There's a lot of really good wordplay in this one from Drizzy.
You don't get a prize out of me. I'm destined for the top, but you can't get a rise out of me. 750 for the round, canaries and they glittering. Man, you niggas drop trash, you littering. I'm over delivering to the point it's belittling.
Again, he just, like, Drake and Kanye, they just have the ability to really drop these one-liners that you're like, man, I wish I thought of that shit. Like, it's clever. It says it all within that one simple line. Y'all drop trash. You're littering, right? Stop littering on these tracks. I mean, again, it's so simple, and you're like, man, that's so obvious. But at the same time, it's just, it's clever to come up with.
Littering. Man, you niggas drop trash, you littering. I'm over delivering to the point it's belittling. I mean, the PTS.
I'm over delivering to the point it's belittling, playing off of the over to little. Nice juxtaposition there.
Drop trash, you littering. I'm over delivering to the point it's belittling. I mean, the PTSD is triggering, the profit is sickening, the stones are shimmering. Came from the north, but I got hot as fuck, so ain't no shivering. Yeah.
Came from the north, he came from the 6, from T.O., from Toronto. It's cold as shit up there, but we know the boy is hot and drops it like that.
Came from the north, but I got hot as fuck, so ain't no shivering. Yeah. Lucky me, people that don't fuck with me are linking up with people that don't fuck with me to fuck with me. This shit is getting ugly. In every situation.
Lucky me, people that don't fuck with me are linking up with people like that who just want to do me harm just to fuck with me. I love how he plays off of that. Like, y'all don't really fuck with me in real life, but y'all are constantly linking up with each other, just trying to find ways to push the needle on me.
Fuck with me and linking up with people that don't fuck with me to fuck with me. This shit is getting ugly. And every situation is transactional, and everything they saying is irrational, and every way they move.
Every situation is transactional, meaning there's money involved. That's all they care about. They're doing the clout for the figures, man.
Ugly. And every situation is transactional, and everything they saying is irrational, and every way they moving is promotional. Everybody's acting irreplaceable.
Every way they moving is promotional. Again, it's all for the clout. It's all for the growth. Put Drake's name in your mouth, he gonna grow.
Saying is irrational, and every way they moving is promotional. Everybody's acting irreplaceable. It's like they ain't disposable. My urges for revenge are uncontrollable. I know we're getting older though. Yeah.
My urges for revenge are uncontrollable. I wonder if he's talking about anyone specifically there.
Disposable, my urges for revenge are uncontrollable. I know we're getting older though. Yeah. But I gotta get a nigga back for that. It's non-negotiable, it's not even debatable. I'm getting so rich, my music's not.
I gotta get him back, it's non-negotiable. Again, story of Adidon. Do we have a little bit of Pusha T in the scope here?
Gotta get a nigga back for that. It's non-negotiable, it's not even debatable. I'm getting so rich, my music's not even relatable. I blow a head up, it's an inflatable. Baby Blue G.
Getting so rich because, you know, artists can only talk about what they know. If he's to the point where nobody can relate to his wealth and what he has income-wise, I mean, how can you relate to his music? That's a hell of a flex line.
Getting so rich, my music's not even.
But see, this is what he has. He has like these flex lines, but they're also like well thought out lines. You know, they're him reflecting on life and just having that emotional intelligence and that scope on things.
I blow her head up, it's an inflatable. Baby blue G-class, I feel like a kid again. Praying on my downfall, don't make you religious, man. All I hear is plug talk coming from middle.
Praying on my downfall don't make you religious, man. Like literally, if you're praying on him, P-R-E-Y, but also praying, right? Praying to the sky.
Kid again. Praying on my downfall don't make you religious, man. All I hear is plug talk coming from middleman. All I hear is tall tales coming from little man. When I say
plug talk coming from middlemen, 2 birds, 1 stone. He called Pusha T a middleman in that dish. Is he dishing it back on Pusha again? Oh, Pusha T, you know, member of Clips, Vibe Beach, always glorifies being a dealer in the drug bars and those schemes. So for me, if he's pointing out, hey man, you're not really a plug. Like you're not it in these streets. You're just a middleman. Like you're not the connect that everyone goes to. You're not the source of everything. You're just middlemaning stuff out. So you don't really provide anything of value, because eventually we can just skip the middleman and go straight to the source. That might be Pusha. That might be.
G-class, I feel like a kid again. Praying on my downfall don't make you.
And wasn't there something like on Insta when he posted like his baby blue G-class and it looked like a kid's Jeep, man? Yeah, I think
religious,
so.
man. All I hear is plug talk coming from middleman. All I hear is tall tales coming from little man. When I say bitch, I'm
tall tales. When you tell tall tales, you just tell lies, but literally being tall, coming from little men, tall tales to little. Again, Drake has a lot of really good juxtapositions of like contradicting words that he flips on meanings with.
Tall coming from middleman. All I hear is tall tales coming from little man. When I say bitch, I'm very rarely referring to women. Most of the bitches I know are niggas, they not even women. I know that sounds like I'm being funny, I'm not even kidding. Same ones that say they run a game when they not even in it. To be honest, y'all financial situation is my biggest motivation, and how you should take that statement is based on what you're making.
Financial situation. Your financial situation is my biggest motivation. How you take that statement, right? Like a financial statement, but also how you take that statement of fact that I said. You can't compare our finances. And listen, little man, you're not even really in the game. You're not even that relevant. You're not even doing things. Again, I wonder if there's some sneak dissing going on at Pusha here.
Financial situation is my biggest motivation, and how you should take that statement is based on what you're making. Whips and chains like a dominatrix. If I see I spit in your faces. Daytonas with the green faces. Kentucky Derby races.
Daytonas with the green faces. Daytona watches, but also Daytona. Pusha T had an album, Daytona, with the green faces, green with envy. And he's spitting in their faces. Again, think about how we set this up, though. Talking about revenge, talking about water under the bridge, talking about forgiveness, talking about, you know, past beefs and things that he's been through, right? And there's one beef I know that burns at him to this day, because there's one beef that, you know, Meek Mill, you give it to Drake. Drake got the over on that. Pusha, though, the story of Adidon is still one of the greatest disses of all time. We're going to have to react to it and break it down on this channel. I think we will. If you guys want that, comment below. But you know that that's got to be slow burning at Drake. And I think some of these things, especially that middleman setup and like being relevant in the game, and some of these definitely feel like he wants to turn the screw back in on Pusha, because it's like, yeah, I've reflected on this. I made peace with a lot of stuff, but some things, some things I can't forgive. And he's literally like just spitting on this track and spitting at someone.
To be honest, y'all financial situation is my biggest motivation, and how you should take that statement is based on what you're making. Whips and chains like a dominatrix. If I see I spit in your faces. Daytonas with the green faces. Kentucky Derby races. My presence in the spot is so abrasive. Box at the Churchill Downs, that's motivation. Yeah.
Wasn't he just literally shot chilling with Jack Harlow in a box at Churchill Downs for the Kentucky Derby? Come on. Man, it's foreshadowing shit. When did that drop? I think this dropped before that actually happened.
And shorty like, you know that boy Jack is going places. I know.
Hey, paying homage to Jack. There you go.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, that was the perfect beat for Drake. Drake really shines on those low-key, sort of lo-fi, laid-back feels. And that's perfect for Mr. Harlow as well, because he's got a similar type of flow and style in terms of attacking the beat in the pockets with that laid-back, very smooth swag-filled delivery. But for me, man, that is a great verse from Drake. That is the Drizzy of old that we know. That is Drake showing really what he's capable in terms of when he wants to get in his bag and how clever he can be with the double and triple entendres, flipping words. And to me, there were some warning shots in there. And I think Drake is throwing a little bit of smoke at Pusha T. But yeah, buttery smooth flows from Mr. Harlow, man. Just, again, talking about his status, how he's done things on his terms. But for me, Drake does that. And then Drake couples that with some of the more thoughtful stuff, some of the more introspective sort of lines, and some of that stuff that really makes you think. It makes you appreciate the emotional intelligence and philosophy of Drizzy. But overall, that was a flawless track. No hook, captivating, held your attention the entire 5 minutes. Drizzy, Jack Harlow, you were Knoxville certified. So hope you guys liked today's video. As always, be sure to smash the like button. Listen if you're here at the end. Obviously enjoying the content. Do me a favor, support the channel directly. Subscribe, notifications on. As always, this reminder, stay safe, stay positive. It's Knoxville. I'll catch you again. I'm out.